Alright guys, Fat Man in a little coat here, and we're doing a bit of sealed today. So, first thing I like to do when I do sealed is I want to see exactly what I have in my pool as far as rarities go. Now, I've already seen the Avengers Zendikon and the Turn Timber Ranger, a Bestial Menace, yeah, and a Wolf Bra. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be green. Two Nissus Chosens and a Mold Shambler, Glazing Gladeheart. Okay, we're going to assume we're going to be green because this green's really good. And we do have Conley Gardens and, you know, Turn Timber Grove. So, green it is. But let's see what else we have as far as rares go. We've got the Avengers Zendikon, you know, 3 good rares in green. A Stone Idol Trap, which I actually prefer playing Stone Idol Trap. I think it's highly underrated. Not only is it a ball lightning, but it's a removal spell at that, and in a fast format, it makes sense to play. At the same time, though, I can understand where you guys are like, yeah, I'm not really getting that much of a creature out of it. Well, it's not really meant to get like a ton out of it. It's meant to just be, you know, ball lightning and a removal spell. You can't really knock that. And if you're in red, you might have some burn to finish them off. I actually do like it though. It's done quite well for me. So now we know our rares, and rares are really powerful in red and or in green. Let's see what we have in green. We're gonna sort by name. Okay, pile by name. Now, Bestial Menace is an amazing card. Avenger of Zendikon is really good. Gnarled Pack's a nice 2-drop. Grazing Gladeheart is a nice 3-drop. Even casting a turn 4 Mold Shambler's not too bad. Double Nissus Chosen, or Nissus Chosen. The Explorer is nice. Owen Reef Survivalist. River Boas, we've got like the early game taken care of. And then we've got just a ton of big green cards that are awesome. Did I see a Conley? Nope. Alright, as far as this goes, I'm not a big fan of Canopy cover. It's one of the things I really hate getting. Nature's Claim is a really good sideboard card. And Quest for the Gempalm, or the Gemblades. I don't know, Gempalm Incinerator. That's why I was playing Goblins, but Quest for the Gemblades, excuse me, is pretty decent if you have a bunch of first striking dudes and stuff like that. Definitely green though. I mean, there's no, yeah, I can't see us playing anything really out of green. Okay, let's look at red. Now red has, you know, some decent stuff. Punishing Fires, good removal. Highland Berserker is a decent 2-drop, but we've got our 2-drops filled very well in green. You know, Shortcutter is something we could play. I mean, allies aren't bad with the Berserker, so I'd most likely be inclined to play that over the Shortcutter. I want to fill out some of the other deck. Blade Tusk Boar is very nice. You know, Stone Idol Trap, the Flame Tongue Kavu guy, and a Tuk Scrapper. Yeah, I'm not really that big of a fan of it, but it's okay to drop in this format if there are a lot of artifacts. I mean, I imagine Tuk Scrapper, the reason they printed it, it's going to be ridiculous in the next set when Block comes out, because they've got a lot of artifact hate in here. So, let's see what we got in black. First thing I notice in black is the March Casualties, which is an awesome card. Bojaku Brigade isn't too bad. Disfigure's not too horrible either. You know, I mean, Caustic Crawlers, I'm not impressed with it, but some people like it. Ruthless Cullblade's not bad. Heartstabber Mosquito, and if we wanted to play, we've got the Hex Mage. We've also got enough vampires where if we really needed to and like our removal was really scarce, which it looks like we're not going to be playing with too much removal, you know, we could actually play Feast of Blood. I mean, right now, just Marsh Casualties is not good removal. And Disfigure, I mean, Marsh Casualties is great removal, but it's like a board sweeper that you want to get off on turn 5, turn 6, because it's not going to help you against 4/4 guys. Although this format is relatively fast for sealed. I normally build my decks geared toward winning fast and winning with some style in them. Okay, let's see what we've got in blue. Now, blue is one of the more interesting colors. Halimar Excavator is a very nice creature. Surikar Banisher lets us stall the board, which is almost good enough, but it acts like a removal spell because our creatures might be bigger than theirs. I mean, as it is, we're going to be turning out a ton of creatures with allies, so that's a great thing to have in our deck. You know, I mean, now we just need to get some good allies in there, too, to get going. Sphinx of Jawar Isle is a finisher. Kraken Hatchling is good against the real or aggressive decks. Mysteries of the Deep is a nice draw spell. Reckless Scholar isn't one of my favorite cards to play. Aether Tradewinds is an interesting card, to say the least. It's really good with Pilgrim's Eye and things like that. And it's good in white weenie decks, or blue-white quick decks where you could bounce your own creatures that actually have come into play effects. I don't see anything else, though, really, that I'm, like, too, you know, surprised with bouncing in here. Maybe, like, a Wolfbriar Elemental, which, that's not a bad concept. Or, you know, Mold Shambler. So I guess, yeah, we do have some stuff to bounce. We can bounce a Survivalist, or we can just bounce a Gnarled Pack to kick it even more. You know, bounce a Turn Timber, get another Wolf, bounce an Avenger, get a ton of plants. And then we've also got the Whiplash Trap, and we've got a Skyruin Drake. So a little bit of impressive stuff in blue, but, you know, black, to me, looked pretty good. Let's see what we've got in white. Okay, this is easily better than blue right now. Journey to Nowhere, Double Fledglings, which are better than, you know, the Calcite Snapper and some of these bigger dudes who we're not going to need to play with too much. But Core Sanctifier is also really good, and the Loam Lion is a Kraken Hatchling, but better, and it can attack. You know, decent 2-drop in Cliff Threader. So let's, you know, move all that around. Well, white is actually pretty scarce right now. It's not as deep as I was hoping for. Normally you can get white. Normally white's pretty deep. I mean, depending on what our lands are, I haven't seen them yet, but Rune Ghost could see play, and same with Guardian Zendikon. Not a big fan of Narrow Escape. I don't know anyone who, like, has really used this card effectively with Journey to Nowhere. If you have multiple journeys, then yeah, it's awesome. But one journey, I've got better things to do with my time. Alright. We do want to fill out some of the 3-drops. I mean, I'd like to go 2-3 instead of 2-2. Because some of the 3-drops, like Blazing Bladeheart, are really nice in the format. I don't know what other 3-drops we have. Let's see, in artifacts. And equipment. Well, we've got quite a bit of things we can play. Hammer is a nice equipment. Everflowing Chalice is a pretty, it's really nice acceleration, but I'm not sure we're going to really need the acceleration. Even though we do have a nice multi-kicker spell that we'd like to cut the 2 colorless out of, so we could focus our green mana on pain even more, but if we're going to play 2 colors, which we are, then it's not going to matter too much. Kite Sail is nice. Amira, if you ever do get it online, is really cool. And then, you know, Blazing Torch is Blazing Torch. Blazing Torch is always going to make the cut in my deck. Everflowing Chalice is not going to make the cut, though, today. Ah, man. Everything is pretty sketchy right now, huh? Well, I know the lands that we're going to play. All these are pretty powerful lands. And these Conley Gardens are good with all this equipment that we have. Kite Sail, Blazing Torch, Hammer, and then we've also got a Quicksand. Let's keep in mind, we've got Halimar Depths on top of it if we are going to play blue, which is... Halimar Depths is an amazing little card. I'm going to look over the red again real quick to see if we missed anything in red.